and gentlemen. That's the last panel of our conference, but I think it's a very important one because we're going to discuss the role of institutional investors in the Baltic capital markets. And we will start with a joint presentation, which is going to be delivered by Ieva Jansone-Buka, management board member in ALTUM and a passionate activist and supporter of the capital markets in the Baltics. And also Dainius Vilčinskas, who is a board member of ILTE, which is a sister Lithuanian development agency. So there are some interesting news in the pipeline from these both institutions, and I would invite both lady and gentlemen on stage to make this short presentation about the new product which capital markets is waiting for.
Hello, everyone. So last panel, tough work to do, but we will do our best. We are here today to talk about our Baltic Capital Markets Acceleration Fund, which is joint work and effort we have been doing with our Lithuanian colleagues for past year. So me, Ieva Jansone-Buka, I'm a board member of ALTUM, and ALTUM is a national development institution doing a lot of financing in a local market. Currently, assets under management around 1.2 billion euros, and we do guarantees and loans, and guarantees probably is our largest part of our portfolio. And then the venture capital and private equity portfolio is around 100 million euros, and the Baltic Capital Market Acceleration Fund, or how we call it, IPO fund, is the latest addition to our portfolio, and we will be talking about that in upcoming minutes. ALTUM is also actively participating in the bond market itself, so we are doing bonds for starting from 2017. Currently 5 emissions done, and total amount raised 85 million euros, which we use for financing of our land fund activities and also doing investments into green financing. So Dainius.
Yes, thank you, Ieva. I'm Dainius Vilčinskas. I'm CEO for as well National Promotional Institution, ILTE. ILTE is exactly the same organization as ALTUM in Latvia. And so who we are? We represent institutions that in general help financial markets, capital markets, and the general state economies to grow. We step in where the private players are not active enough due to too high risk, too low appetite, too low profitability possibilities, and etc. So we are the ones who are helping the economies to develop. And ILTE is even size-wise quite comparable. Our asset under management is 1.4 billion euros. This year we launched financing in the amount of 3 billion euros on top of what we manage now. So we provide various instruments, guarantees, direct lending. We are LP in quite many of Lithuanian various funds. We are as well interested to support development of capital markets. We design various instruments to help capital markets to grow. And one of the initiatives that we will present today with Ieva is directly designed to give an extra boost to what's happening in Baltic capital markets. So let's present.
Yeah, before we dig into details of the IPO fund, a little bit of statistics which contributes to why we are here today and what was behind the initiative. So bank loans to GDP in Baltics, so still probably the most popularly used way to finance companies' activities. So not the cheapest one in the Baltics, and also comes with a lot of leverage, so requirements. So what we do in ALTUM, we do support private equity funds that do private debt as well to just to also add some new players in the market, as well as doing a lot of direct loan activities, which has no collateral requirements or very low ones. So this is probably the slides that address the question why the IPO fund in the Baltics was necessary. And I was discussing with one young lady several days ago that we shouldn't go with the bad messages in the market anymore. So I will not go into this painful statistics in too more details, just by saying that this is really an opportunity. And last year, Minister of Finance was presenting a plan for capital market development in Latvia. So an IPO fund was one of the main topics on the list, and then the other one was moving state and municipal-owned companies to the market. So we are here today presenting the step number 1, so really hoping that next year we will be here presenting step number 2, and several of state-owned or municipal companies will be on the market. As in Lithuania and Estonia, around 1/3 of market capitalization regards to state-owned companies. Yes, regarding venture capital, so that is our one big activity that we are currently doing. And this year we committed additional 100 million euros to venture capital and private equity funds. That also includes 20 million from Latvia into an IPO fund. And we still have around 70 million euros new initiatives on the table, also together with Lithuanian and Estonian colleagues, and mainly as the idea here, and what we are discussing with Dainius a lot also, that pan-Baltic activities, funds like this, we understand that 50 millions will not solve the problem, but it's a good way to start, and it shows that we can cooperate and we can look at our markets as joint markets and not the separate ones. So that is the idea behind it. So, Dainius.
Yes, thank you. So this idea to launch this facility was actually initiated by our dear friends from EBRD,
yeah,
and NASDAQ. So they are the true owners behind it, and we just try to implement it, and hopefully this will be a success. So what's the idea? The idea is to launch Baltic Capital Market Acceleration Fund, as we call it, or in simplified words, IPO fund. The aim is in total to deploy 100 million euros for the purpose of investing into companies that will go public. Would this be IPO or would this be IBO? Our stake in this facility jointly with ALTUM is almost 39 million euros. And actually on these days there is ongoing a selection tender for the manager of the fund. So the manager of the fund will have to attract additionally 10 million euros. So in total the fund size should be almost 50 million euros. And the fund will have to find co-investors for each of the target investment. So in total, 50 million euros that will come from national promotional institutions like ALTUM, ILTE, plus fund manager, and 50 from private investors. So 100 million euros should top up Baltic capital markets in addition to what we saw recently. So what's the target investments? So like I was saying, it's companies that are in a pre-IPO phase, companies that are in a IBO or IPO phase. So in other words, the fund is expected to invest into public equities or public debt instruments. We expect to see a bit less than 20 target investments in the fund. We expect that one ticket will be in the range of €500,000 to €5 million. And valuation of the target companies should be in between 5 to 100 million euros. So as I said, the selection process is close to final stages, and I know that the teams most likely are in this room. So good luck, and hopefully we'll be able soon to announce the winner. And this one facility that we are commenting and presenting with Ieva today is, I would say, not maybe the first attempt to cooperate and to do jointly something for the region. But in the future, as our markets are so small and so shallow, and still we are quite important investor and players in our markets, we'll try to do more of joint activities. And capital markets in Lithuania on ILTE side is one of our top priorities, and this is the visible expectation from our shareholder, which is Ministry of Finance. Our economies would clearly benefit if capital markets would be doing better. So we do various additional initiatives. So Ieva, maybe you can start with this description of what you do.
Yeah, we have one initiative not run by ALTUM directly, but it's also for capital market development. So we do a granting program. It's €2 million overall, and you can get compensated for the costs that you accumulate when moving towards IPO. So legal costs, consultancy costs, and it's maximum 200K for share listings and 120K for bond listings, and invite everyone to use it. It's really a grant program, and it's something similar that our Lithuanian colleagues, you are doing the same for your companies.
So we have this bond issue cost compensation program, exactly the same like Ieva described. Our allocated amount is a bit smaller. We have to admit that the traction is not very high, but there were several companies that benefited out of this program. We encourage others to apply and check. We have to say that real estate companies, sorry, those are not in our target. The real estate sector is functioning quite well and gets access to financing quite easily. This year we have launched one more interesting financial instrument. Hopefully this will help companies to go public with the borrowings. We provide 50% guarantee for each of the bond emission. So this instrument is targeting small and medium-sized companies, which are operational for more than 3 years. And we will guarantee 50% of the bond issue if it is not exceeding 5 million euros. So this is very fresh instrument, and we already have some 3 applications in the process being analyzed, and we have quite high interest. So anybody of you who are working with bond issues, or would you be advising, or would you be issuing yourself, please, you are welcome in Lithuania to come up and chat with us. Then, in addition to all of those instruments that we announced, like ILTE, on ILTE side, we will be very active as well ourselves as the company that will borrow. So next year we will go out most likely with a public issue of our bonds, which will be securitized with with a apartment renovation portfolio, and we are seeking in the first stage to attract at least 150 million euros. Total needed amount for us is up to €500 million. And most likely in the future, in 1 or 2 years' time, we will be issuing bonds like yourself in the case of ALTUM, just to fund our further activities in financing and helping Lithuanian economies and companies to develop and to grow for various areas. Would it be innovation? Would it be decarbonization, sustainable finance, and etc.?
Yeah, and just on a final note, so basically the idea when we started to do evaluation with ABRD was to put together money, knowledge of the fund managers that we will choose in the end. So that would be a great combo to put good companies on listing and on bond market for IPOs mainly, and the other part is to add a liquidity to the markets, which is also really necessary, and hopefully this will work, and please use as also opportunities that we have as other instruments, and that shows the willingness from
Yes.
both countries to contribute for our capital markets.
And to finalize our presentation, as the time is running, we're very open to discuss with the market participants the needs and what would actually help the capital markets to develop. We have some thoughts on our end as well in our plans, like underwriting possibility, so which we'll be analyzing and most likely coming up with some news from our side during 1 or 2 years' time. But us being national promotional banks, and
Yep.
ILTE will become a bank most likely as well very soon. We have an active role here, and we want to be part of the leadership that helps to develop capital markets. So thank you for listening to our short pitch.
Let's make capital markets great again.
Okay.
Thank you.